Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, in Davos, Switzerland, we have the, uh, I would say, global government in the making, and maybe not in the making, but in asserting itself publicly. And we have over there an organization, a private organization, that wants to substitute the United Nations. That's what it is. But the problem is at the United Nations, there's too much freedom, and certain things are, how should I put it, even though there's an hierarchy, is not that obvious. Why? Because you have countries that could veto certain decision made by one country, which is the United States of America, and the guys behind United States of America who shackled United States of America. They're just using United States of America's power, economic power, political power, and military power. So what's going on here in Davos? In Davos, they invited some foreign ministers and advisors, advisors to discuss the Ukraine peace plan. Why wasn't that discussed at the United Nations? For the reason I mentioned. And this was organized by the foreign minister, if I remember correctly, of Switzerland and Mr. Klaus Schwab. Remember Klaus Schwab, the guy with you won't own anything, but you will be happy, something like that, in the future? Here it was referring to you and I, not to him and his buddies. No. So what's going on here? They are trying to legitimize Davos as being taking over because they will have clear hierarchy over there without Russia, China, and whomever else. They make their own little club that will be parallel to United Nations. You'll see. More and more they're going to come out and say it. Why? Davos is an economic forum. What does that have to be do with Ukraine peace formula and the negotiations? That's something else, isn't it? No, it's not. It has everything incorporated. So we have the Swiss foreign minister coming out and says the obvious, which I think is a first step in saying we want to negotiate with Russia, but we don't want to show as if we ask for negotiations. We are kind of like allow Russia to join in because we're good, not because we can't beat them. So they say that in this process of a peace plan, Russia must be invited to participate. I think that was ABC 1, 2, 3. When you have two warring parties, or odd, you invite both parties and you listen to both. That's how you create a safety plan, or negotiations, and then you make peace if you want. If not, you keep fighting until one side destroys the other one. The problem in this realities that we live right now, it's not going to be one winning and the other one losing. It's going to be both losing if they get at it seriously. So I think what's going on here, I'm going to show you two articles, one from Sputnik and one from the other guys. All right, so we are equitable. We like equity, right? No, we don't. Sputnik. Swiss foreign minister urges Russia's participation in discussions of Ukraine settlement. Why? Because Ukraine is losing, or no, NATO is losing. So they don't want to show or be portrayed as losers, but supposedly the guys in charge who would allow little Russia to show at a table with the big dogs. Russia will say fuck off, I hope. Because why? They didn't start what's going on in Ukraine right now to go invited as a poor relative showing up at the city or something in the city. No, that's not going to happen unless these guys are still retards and call these guys partners, which is an idiotic yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. So we have here Swiss Foreign Minister Ignacio Cassis on Sunday urged Russia's participation in conferences on the Ukraine settlements. No, settlement. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that whatsoever. Saying that it was impossible to achieve peace in the region without negotiating its conditions with Moscow. They are trying to hijack the process as if they are in charge. You're not in charge. You fucked up. Okay? So now they come and say, well, our group, are going to accept these guys. We are in charge. No, you're not going to be in charge. It's going to be Russia talking to the United States of America or to Ukraine, and everybody fuck off. They tried 2 times on Minsk agreements 1 and 2. So I don't think they're going to say, yeah, we're going to come, Switzerland, and going to allow you to invite us, send us invitation, and we're going to be here with whomever. They're all going to have the same. No. I mean, if the Russians are weak, that's exactly what they're going to do. And I hope they're not. Why? What do you mean? You get involved in a garbage in Ukraine. These guys want to pull a Gaddafi on you, and you go and participate with them when they accept you. Why should they? So angering. Why should they be the ones setting the agenda? Who the fuck appointed you? Who do you think you are? They think they are the same guys as they were before the war in Ukraine. The guys who were, pulling the strings. But that's exactly what's changed after that. And these guys can't bring things back. The thing is went too far away. You can't bring it back. China and Russia will never believe these guys again. We are not going to have a peace conference without Russia. Who's you? We don't care. You're just a perverted Western civilization. Perverted. You're not that anymore. And European values are not European values, are your garbage values. This is not possible. However, we need to see how and when we can get Russia on board. No, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go crawl on your knees, beg Russia to make peace with you. That's what's going to be. If the Russians do less than that, they're garbage. They're garbage. Why? How many Ukrainians and Russians died? It was an unsuccessful how should I put it, flattening of Russia. Unsuccessful. And now still they think they're in charge. We'll see how we can incorporate them. What do you think, guys? Do we incorporate? We're going to get him? We're going to get him here? Yeah, and we invite him to the party? No, the party is in Moscow. That's what I would do if I would be, for instance, the leader of the Russian Federation. I would say, no, the party is here. When I set the agenda and whomever I invite comes, you don't like it, fuck off. That's what I would do. But we'll see what these guys are going to do. But this guy, we are going to we'll see how we can get Russia on board. Yeah, and peace formula. Fuck me, Freddy. There's so much arrogance. And besides, I don't want to insult Switzerland, but who the fuck is Switzerland? If someone really wants, sends them a missile, one missile, that's going to hit a target. That's it. And it's over. I'm not saying to invade or anything, because I know the Swiss have weapons under their bed, and they're very, very well trained. I know that for a fact. Okay? So I know that. It's hard. They're very, very well organized, very disciplined, and so on. When I was suggesting that, the banks. Have you ever wondered why these guys were so, nobody touched them with the banks? Why don't you just go and get it? The banks. Anyway, the banks are more important than the businesses and the people. So again, Switzerland, which has not been very neutral. Russia is not trusting Switzerland anymore. I made 2 or 3 videos in these 2 years of garbage in Ukraine, where the Switzerland played a duplicitary role, and the Russians said, "You lost your credibility. You're not neutral." And now let's see how we're going to incorporate. It's so angering, man. Angering, not irritating. Irritating is an understatement. Ukrainska Pravda. Russia must participate in peace talks. Swiss foreign minister. We don't care what you say. We don't care what you say. You know what I mean? You don't. Who are you? They just. How should I put it? Ascribe or assign one another authority and legitimacy that they don't have, not recognized. Yeah, we. Who's we? We. Where is that? Where is that? We are going right here. We are not going to have a peace. We can get Russia on board. We need. So it's we and Russia over there. Jesus, and Russia is the. Anyway, this guy said that Ukraine's peace plan is only a foundation for negotiations aimed at ending the conflict with Russia. No, Russia is going to have its own peace plan. It's going to give it to United States of America in the same time they give it to Ukraine. Probably they should probably bypass Ukraine, because Ukraine is really not doing anything over there but dying for this guy's interest. One way or another, Russia will have to be included. There will be no peace without Russia's word. We must do everything possible to support Ukraine. How is that? How is that? How is that possible? We support those guys, but we want the just peace plan or something. Now, my friends, this is a hijack and hijacking of it, and they put themselves in charge. And that tells me that they want to negotiate. That's what it is. They want to negotiate with Russia, but they don't want to say we lost and let's negotiate. No, we won't. We're winning right here. We're about 80 countries right here out of 193. We invited and we blackmailed whomever, and maybe we should invite you. But let me see when I have my schedule open for you. To Russia. Who's beating these guys is in Ukraine. Guys being NATO and all these guys. And they think they're still in charge. Is that delusion? Is it paranoia? Is it schizophrenia? What is it? Is narcissism altogether? But it's not normal. Not normal as you and I. I mean, not normal as a, that it's a clinical, how to call it, situation we got here. Something not there. Again, I think they want peace and they don't know how to say it without saying it, that they are the ones wanting it. And in the meantime, they again continue to speak like they are high and the other ones are the servants. And Russia will say, niet. Thank you very much. I hope. I hope. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I hope they will tell the Americans, you want to talk? You tell us that you're going to come and bend over to Moscow. And the Americans say, no, we're not going to do that. Send a fucking Blinken there. Now, stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.